You want to make someone fall in love with you? Well, listen up, because it doesn't start with them, it starts with you. You've got to look in that mirror and love what you see. You've got to be so secure in yourself that you don't need anyone else to make you feel worthy. That's the foundation. Because when you carry yourself like you're already whole, when you don't go looking for someone to complete you, that's when they'll start looking at you differently. Loving yourself is the foundation for building any genuine connection with others. When you truly value who you are, you naturally project confidence, assurance, and calm that others can feel. This is not about arrogance or self-centeredness. It's about understanding your own worth without needing external validation. Self-love is about recognizing and accepting every part of yourself, the good, the bad, and even the parts you're still working on. Embracing yourself fully gives you an inner strength and stability that creates an authentic aura, which others find attractive, trustworthy, and safe. When you know your worth, you don't feel compelled to look for it from others. And that's one of the most powerful messages you can send. You become the kind of person people are drawn to because you're radiating a sense of completeness. Imagine meeting someone who exudes quiet confidence, who seems to feel comfortable in their own skin. They don't have to tell anyone how great they are. It's evident in their demeanor, their smile, and the way they hold themselves. This is someone who has taken the time to know themselves, to confront their insecurities, and to learn to love who they are. There's a magnetic quality to such a person because deep down, people want to be around others who are secure and at peace with themselves. This type of self-love is not boastful or loud. It's a calm, inner assurance that others respect and admire. It's about finding validation from within rather than waiting for it from someone else. When you love yourself, you also develop resilience. You no longer take every rejection or criticism to heart because you know your worth isn't determined by someone else's opinion. Self-love helps you stand firm, unshaken by life's ups and downs. You become less likely to compromise your values just to gain approval. And that integrity makes you even more attractive. People are naturally drawn to those who have a strong sense of self because they know that these individuals will not be easily swayed by outside pressures. This resilience acts as a beacon. It signals that you can weather challenges without losing sight of who you are. When others see you holding on to your self-respect, it communicates that you value yourself enough not to settle, and that's a powerful quality. Self-love also makes you more empathetic. When you've done the work to accept and love yourself, flaws and all, you develop a deeper understanding of others. You're more likely to appreciate their unique qualities and less likely to judge them harshly. You understand that everyone is on their own journey, and this awareness fosters compassion. People sense that kindness, and they gravitate toward it. They want to be around someone who will understand and respect them, and self-love helps you extend that respect outward. When you're at peace with who you are, you don't feel the need to compete or compare yourself to others, and that frees you to genuinely celebrate others' success and individuality. This generosity of spirit, born from self-love, is incredibly attractive because it creates a safe, supportive atmosphere that people value and seek. Self-love impacts the way you handle relationships. You're less likely to cling to unhealthy dynamics or accept mistreatment because you recognize what you deserve. You're willing to walk away from situations that don't align with your sense of worth, which is empowering. Knowing you are enough as you are prevents you from chasing love out of a sense of lack or inadequacy. Instead, you approach relationships from a place of abundance. You don't need to demand attention or affection because you already feel whole. This independence makes you more attractive because it shows that you can enjoy someone's presence without feeling dependent on it. You can love freely without fearing rejection because you know that, regardless of what happens, your worth remains intact. There's also a freedom that comes with loving yourself. You're not constantly looking over your shoulder, worried about whether you measure up to others. You're not preoccupied with seeking approval or crafting a perfect image. Self-love lets you be fully present in each moment, enjoying life for what it is, not for what it can prove. When you're comfortable with yourself, your interactions with others become more genuine. You don't have to put on a facade or overthink every move. You're just there, fully engaged, and that authenticity is refreshing. People pick up on it and feel more comfortable being themselves around you too. When you know your worth, you also set higher standards not just for others but for yourself. You hold yourself accountable to the values and principles you believe in, and that integrity shapes your interactions. You're not easily swayed by superficial charm or empty promises because you know what you bring to the table and you know what you deserve in return. This inner conviction is evident in the way you carry yourself, and it inspires others to treat you with the same level of respect. When you're clear about what you stand for, people notice. They see that you're not looking for someone to complete you, you're looking for someone who complements the strong, grounded person you already are. Loving yourself creates a ripple effect. It impacts not only how you feel about yourself, but also how others perceive and respond to you. When you carry a strong sense of self-worth, you give people a glimpse of the best version of you, and they're naturally drawn to it. Loving yourself isn't about putting yourself on a pedestal. It's about standing on solid ground, knowing that you're enough just as you are. It's about cultivating an inner peace and a confidence that radiates outward. And when you live from that place of self-assurance, you attract people who appreciate and respect you because they can see the light within you, a light that shines brightly whether they're there or not. Being genuine is one of the most powerful ways to create meaningful connections with others. It's about showing up as your real self without hiding behind a facade or trying to be someone you're not. When you're genuine, people see your authenticity and are naturally drawn to it. In a world where so many are trying to fit in or be what they think others want, being genuine stands out. It creates a sense of trust and comfort because people know that what they see is what they get. They don't have to wonder if you're hiding something or putting on an act. Authenticity creates a safe space where others feel more comfortable being themselves around you. This kind of connection is rare, and people value it deeply. Being genuine requires self-awareness. You have to know who you are and what you believe in, and you have to be comfortable expressing that. It doesn't mean you have to have everything figured out, or that you're perfect. It means you're willing to be honest about who you are, even with your flaws and uncertainties. People respect those who are willing to admit their mistakes, who own their imperfections, and who don't try to pretend to be something they're not. When you're open about your journey, others feel they can trust you because they see you're not afraid to be real. This honesty is refreshing, and it breaks down the walls that so often stand between people. Showing your true self also means being open with your passions and interests, no matter how unique they might be. People can tell when someone is truly passionate about something, and that enthusiasm is contagious. When you talk about the things you love, the things that excite and inspire you, it lights a spark that others can feel. They may not share the same interests, but they're drawn to the energy and joy that come from talking about something that genuinely matters to you. It's this kind of authenticity that makes people want to know more about you. They're intrigued by the way you light up when you're being real, and they appreciate that you're willing to share that part of yourself. Being genuine also means showing up fully, without trying to mask your feelings or hide your emotions. People don't just connect with each other through shared interests or experiences, they connect through shared emotions. When you're willing to let your guard down and express what you're truly feeling, it resonates on a deeper level. You're not just telling people about yourself, you're showing them what's inside. That openness invites others to do the same, creating a bond that goes beyond surface-level interactions. When you're genuine, people feel that they can trust you because they know you're not hiding anything. This trust is the foundation of any real connection, and it's built on the simple act of being true to yourself. Genuineness also involves vulnerability. It's easy to put on a strong front, to show only the parts of yourself that seem good enough. But being genuine means showing up as a whole person, including the parts you might feel insecure about. Maybe it's admitting that you don't have all the answers, or that you've made mistakes, Maybe it's showing a side of yourself that you're not always proud of. But when you're willing to be vulnerable, it tells others that you're human, that you're just like them. This honesty about your imperfections makes you relatable and allows others to feel comfortable around you. Vulnerability isn't a weakness, it's a strength. It takes courage to be open, and people respect and admire that courage. Another part of being genuine is consistency. Authenticity isn't something you switch on and off depending on who you're with or what situation you're in. It's a way of being that stays the same whether you're with friends, family, colleagues, or strangers. When you're consistent in who you are, people know they can count on you. They know that you're not going to change your personality or values to fit in with a different crowd. This kind of consistency builds respect because people know that you're solid, that you're someone they can trust. They don't have to worry about whether you'll act differently behind their back or say things you don't mean. This trustworthiness is a cornerstone of being genuine, and it's something people deeply appreciate. Authenticity also means embracing your quirks and unique qualities. So often, people try to hide the parts of themselves that they think might seem odd or different, but it's these very qualities that make you interesting and memorable. Maybe you have a unique sense of humor, a different way of looking at the world, or a talent that's a bit unconventional. When you embrace these aspects of yourself, it shows that you're comfortable in your own skin, that you're not trying to fit a mold. People are drawn to those who are unapologetically themselves because it gives them permission to do the same. It creates an environment where people can let go of their own insecurities and feel free to be who they are. Being genuine fosters a sense of humility. When you're comfortable with yourself, you don't feel the need to prove anything to anyone. You're not out to impress or convince others of your worth. You're simply showing up as you are, and that humility is magnetic. People respect those who don't feel the need to boast or exaggerate. They appreciate the quiet confidence that comes from simply being real. It creates an environment where people feel valued for who they are, not for what they can offer or how they compare to others. Being genuine isn't about being perfect or putting on a show. It's about showing up fully, with all your strengths and flaws, and letting people see the real you. It's about being honest, open, and consistent, letting others feel comfortable and valued in your presence. People are drawn to those who are real because authenticity creates a safe, trustworthy space. Listening deeply to others is a skill that is often underestimated, but is one of the most powerful ways to build strong, meaningful connections. When you genuinely listen, you're not just hearing words, you're paying attention to the person, their emotions, and the message behind what they're saying. People can sense when someone is fully present with them, and it's a rare and comforting feeling. In a world where so many are focused on talking, expressing, or proving a point, true listening stands out. It creates a safe space where others feel understood, valued, and appreciated, and this makes them want to be around you. Deep listening tells people that they are worth your time and attention, and that can be incredibly impactful. One of the key elements of deep listening is giving your undivided attention. This means setting aside distractions, both external and internal, and focusing entirely on the person in front of you. In our busy lives, it can be easy to let our minds wander or to check our phones while someone is talking. But when you're genuinely listening, you're fully present. You make eye contact, lean in, and respond with nonverbal cues that show you're engaged. By putting distractions aside, you send a powerful message: you're important, and what you have to say matters to me. This level of attention makes people feel valued in a way that few things can. Deep listening also involves empathy. It's not enough to just hear what someone is saying, you have to try to understand their perspective, to put yourself in their shoes. Empathy means going beyond your own experiences and seeing things from another person's point of view. When someone is talking about something that's important to them, they're often revealing a part of themselves that's vulnerable. They're sharing their thoughts, fears, or dreams, and when you respond with empathy, it shows that you're not just listening to the words, but truly connecting with the emotions behind them. This level of understanding builds trust. because people feel safe sharing with someone who genuinely cares about what they're going through. Another important aspect of deep listening is patience. Often people are quick to respond or jump in with their own stories or opinions, but deep listening requires you to take a step back and let the other person fully express themselves. This means not interrupting, not jumping to conclusions, and not assuming you know what they're going to say next. Patience allows people the time and space to think and share at their own pace without feeling rushed or judged. When you're patient, you create an environment where they feel comfortable opening up, knowing that you're there to listen without pushing them to a certain outcome. This patience demonstrates that you're there for them entirely, and it strengthens the bond between you. Part of deep listening is also reflecting back what you've heard. This doesn't mean simply repeating their words, but paraphrasing and summarizing to show that you understand their message. Reflection helps clarify any misunderstandings and shows that you're fully engaged. For example, if someone is talking about a tough day at work, you might say, "It sounds like today was really challenging for you, and you're feeling exhausted." This lets them know you're paying attention, and it also gives them a chance to correct or elaborate if needed. Reflecting back shows that you're not just passively hearing them, but actively participating in the conversation, making them feel seen and understood. When you listen deeply, you're also more in tune with the subtle cues people give through their body language, tone, and facial expressions. These nonverbal signals often convey emotions that words alone don't capture. Someone may say they're fine, but their slumped posture or lowered gaze may tell a different story. By paying attention to these subtle cues, you're able to pick up on what's not being said, allowing you to respond more thoughtfully. This attentiveness makes people feel that you understand them on a deeper level, which fosters trust and connection. People feel truly heard when they know you're attuned to both their words and their emotions, and this creates a bond that goes beyond surface-level interactions. Deep listening also involves letting go of the need to solve every problem. Sometimes people just want to be heard without receiving advice or solutions. When you listen without jumping in to fix things, you're allowing the other person to process their feelings at their own pace. This can be incredibly freeing for them because they don't feel pressured to follow someone else's direction. By holding space and simply listening, you empower them to find their own answers or just feel supported in their experience. Knowing that they have someone who listens without judgment or agenda is often what people need the most. When you listen with an open heart and mind, people sense that you're genuinely interested in them as individuals, not just in what they can offer or say. This openness builds a strong foundation for relationships because it shows that you're committed to understanding them, not for your benefit, but because you value them as they are. It's a form of respect that's rare and powerful. When someone feels truly heard, they feel valued as a person, and that kind of validation is deeply fulfilling. They'll be drawn to you because they know that when they're with you, they can be themselves fully and without fear. Deep listening requires humility. It's about setting aside your own ego and being willing to learn from the other person. Sometimes listening reveals perspectives that challenge your beliefs or assumptions, and it's important to approach these moments with openness rather than defensiveness. Humility in listening shows that you're not just there to confirm your own views, but are genuinely interested in understanding theirs. This open-mindedness invites others to share more because they know they won't be judged or dismissed. The respect that comes from this humility allows for a more authentic connection, where both individuals feel free to share and grow. When you truly listen, you become someone others can rely on and trust. You create a space where people feel safe, valued, and appreciated. Deep listening is about more than just hearing words. It's about connecting on an emotional and human level. It's about showing up fully for someone else with empathy, patience, and openness. In a world that often moves too quickly, the gift of true listening is priceless, and it's something that people remember and treasure deeply. It's a way to show love, respect, and understanding without saying a word, and it's one of the most meaningful ways to make others feel valued and connected. Making others feel valued and appreciated is one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to connect deeply with them. People are drawn to those who make them feel seen, understood, and cherished, and it doesn't take much to make someone feel this way. It's about acknowledging their worth, recognizing their efforts, and showing that you care about them not just in words but in action. Often people go through their days without receiving even the smallest validation, which can make them feel unnoticed. When you make the effort to truly appreciate someone, they remember it, and they appreciate you in return. One of the best ways to make someone feel valued is by actively noticing the things they do and who they are. Pay attention to the small details, their strengths, the things they care about, and even the little quirks that make them unique. When you point these out with genuine admiration, it makes them feel special. You could say, "I really admire how thoughtful you are," or "I noticed how hard you worked on that project. It really shows." This kind of acknowledgement doesn't just flatter people, it shows that you've taken the time to observe and appreciate them as an individual. When someone feels that you've noticed their unique qualities, it builds a sense of connection because they know you truly see them. Another way to show appreciation is by giving people your time and attention. In a world where everyone seems busy, simply making time for someone sends a strong message that they matter to you. When you spend time with someone, listen intently and engage without distractions, it shows that you prioritize them. You're saying, "You are worth my time and focus." When people feel that they have your full attention, they feel valued. This doesn't always have to be about long hours. Even a few moments of focused, quality interaction can leave a lasting impact. By choosing to be present and attentive, you make the people around you feel appreciated and important. Genuine compliments are also a powerful tool in showing appreciation. However, these compliments need to be authentic and specific. Generic praises, like "you're great," often fall flat because they feel surface level. But if you say something specific, like "I admire how you handled that difficult conversation with patience and clarity," it shows that you're paying attention to their actions and character. This kind of specific praise resonates more deeply because it shows you value not just what they do, but how they do it. People remember these compliments because they speak to their unique qualities and affirm their sense of self-worth. Expressing gratitude openly and sincerely is another effective way to make people feel valued. When you let someone know that you're genuinely thankful for something they've done, you're acknowledging their effort and the positive impact they've had on you. For example, telling a friend, "Thank you for always being there when I need someone to talk to," lets them know that their presence in your life makes a difference. This kind of gratitude is powerful because it reinforces the importance of their role in your life. It's a reminder that they contribute something meaningful and that you recognize and appreciate it. Gratitude strengthens the bond between people, creating a sense of mutual appreciation and respect. Another approach to making others feel valued is by supporting their dreams and goals. Everyone has ambitions, passions, or things they're working toward, and when you show genuine interest and encouragement, it validates their journey. This could be as simple as asking about a project they're working on or offering to help them in any way you can. Showing interest in what they care about demonstrates that you believe in their potential and want to see them succeed. People feel valued when they know that you're rooting for them, that you see their potential, and that you're willing to stand by them as they pursue their goals. Acts of kindness, especially the small, thoughtful ones, also go a long way in making others feel appreciated. Simple gestures, like bringing someone their favorite coffee, sending a thoughtful message, or remembering important dates, show that you're thinking about them even when they're not around. These acts demonstrate that you care about their happiness and well-being, and that you're willing to go out of your way to make their day a little brighter. People remember kindness, especially when it's unexpected, and it leaves a positive impression that makes them feel valued and cared for. Respecting someone's boundaries and preferences is another powerful way to make them feel appreciated. People have different comfort levels, interests, and needs, and when you respect these, it shows that you honor who they are. For instance, if someone prefers a quiet night in rather than going out, respecting that preference without pressure shows that you value their comfort. Similarly, being mindful of their time or space lets them know you don't take them for granted. When people see that you respect their individuality and boundaries, they feel validated and appreciated for who they truly are. One of the most impactful ways to make someone feel valued is to recognize their influence or positive impact on you. Tell them how they've made a difference in your life, whether it's through their advice, their support, or simply by being who they are. You might say, "You've helped me see things from a different perspective," or "Your positivity always lifts my spirits." Supporting someone's passions and interests is one of the most genuine ways to connect with them on a deeper level. When you show interest in what someone loves, you're not just acknowledging a part of their life, you're validating their identity, ambitions, and values. People's passions are often tied to who they are and what they aspire to become. So when you genuinely invest your time and energy to encourage these parts of their lives, it sends a powerful message. It says that you see them, respect their uniqueness, and believe in their potential. When someone feels that you support their dreams and goals, it builds a foundation of trust, admiration, and gratitude. A fundamental way to support someone's passion is to listen when they talk about it. Everyone has a deep desire to be heard, especially when it comes to the things they care about most. If they're enthusiastic about a new project or hobby, take the time to ask them questions and show genuine curiosity. Listening actively, asking thoughtful questions, and responding with interest communicates that you're invested in what they love. For example, if someone is passionate about painting, ask them what inspired their latest work or what they enjoy most about the creative process. When you listen to their thoughts and experiences, you're letting them know that what they care about is worth your attention, which validates their passion and boosts their confidence. Another powerful form of support is offering encouragement when they encounter challenges. Every passion has its struggles, whether it's a lack of time, resources, or even self-doubt. When you see someone working through a difficult period in their journey, remind them of their strengths and potential. Encourage them to persevere and remind them why they started in the first place. For instance, if they're going through a tough time with a personal project, telling them, "You've got the talent and determination to see this through," can make a huge difference. Encouragement, especially when it's needed most, reassures them that they're not alone in their pursuit. Knowing that someone believes in their abilities gives them the motivation to keep going, even in moments of doubt. Supporting someone's passion means actively participating or helping out when possible. This doesn't mean you need to be an expert in what they're doing, rather, it's about showing that you're willing to be there alongside them. If they're preparing for a big event, like a performance or presentation, offer to help them practice or attend the event to show your support. Small gestures like these go a long way in demonstrating that their passion is important to you too. Your presence can provide comfort and confidence, making them feel as though they have a partner in their journey. This shared involvement creates a bond because it shows that you're not just cheering from the sidelines, but are actively invested in what they love. Providing constructive feedback can also be a meaningful way to support someone's passion, especially when you know they're open to it. Feedback can help them see things from a different perspective, improve their skills, and grow in their pursuits. It's important, however, to approach this carefully and with kindness, offering suggestions rather than criticism. Begin by highlighting what they're doing well and acknowledging their hard work. Then, gently suggest areas for improvement. For instance, if they're passionate about writing, you might say, "Your story has such great energy. I think adding a bit more detail here could make it even more compelling." Constructive feedback shows that you respect their growth and are interested in helping them reach their potential. One meaningful way to support someone's passion is by celebrating their achievements, big or small. Achievements don't always come with fanfare, and sometimes they go unnoticed. Take the time to recognize their progress, whether it's the completion of a challenging task, a small milestone, or an award they've received. Acknowledging these accomplishments lets them know that their hard work isn't invisible, and it reinforces their sense of purpose. Celebrating their achievements can be as simple as a heartfelt compliment, a handwritten note, or a surprise gesture that shows you're proud of them. Recognition, especially from someone they care about, can be deeply validating and remind them of the importance of their efforts. Supporting someone's passion also means understanding and respecting the time and commitment it requires. Often people have to sacrifice time with loved ones or other activities to pursue their goals. Rather than seeing this as a lack of attention, show understanding and encourage them to dedicate the necessary time to their passion. Let them know you respect their commitment and that you admire their dedication. This respect for their time shows that you understand how much their passion means to them and that you're willing to be patient and supportive, even if it means having less of their time and attention. Sharing resources and opportunities that align with their interests is another way to support someone's passion. If you come across an article, event, or connection that could benefit them, pass it along. These small gestures show that you're thinking of them and actively looking for ways to help them grow in their field. For example, if you know someone who loves photography, you might share an upcoming exhibition or workshop with them. When you take the initiative to help them expand their knowledge or opportunities, it shows that you're not just passively supportive, you're actively engaged in their success. The best way to support someone's passion is by simply standing back and giving them space to grow. Allowing them the freedom to explore and make their own choices, even if you might do things differently, is a form of respect. Trusting their judgment and independence shows that you believe in their ability to make the right decisions for themselves. People often feel the pressure to conform or seek approval, but when you respect their path, it reassures them that they don't need to change who they are to gain your support. Supporting someone's passion is about showing up with an open heart and mind. It's about being present, offering encouragement, and believing in their journey. It's about putting in the time and effort to help them succeed, whether that means listening to their ideas, attending their events, or sharing resources. When someone feels that you genuinely support their dreams and goals, it deepens the connection between you and builds a foundation of trust, admiration, and gratitude. In showing that you care about their growth and happiness, you become someone they feel safe and valued around. And in return, they'll often feel a strong sense of gratitude and respect for you, knowing that you're genuinely invested in their journey toward their dreams. Respecting someone's boundaries and individuality is one of the most powerful ways to build a deep, lasting connection with them. When you respect who they are, their preferences, limits, and unique characteristics, you show them that you value them as an individual, not as a reflection of your own needs or desires. It's easy to fall into the habit of wanting others to act, think, or feel the way we do, but real respect means letting go of that and embracing someone as they are. Respecting boundaries doesn't just mean avoiding overstepping or pushing them to do something they're uncomfortable with. It means taking the time to understand what those boundaries are and showing that you're fully supportive of them. One of the first steps to respecting someone's boundaries is listening when they share them with you, either explicitly or through their actions. Sometimes people may not directly tell you what their boundaries are, they might express it through subtle cues. Being attuned to these cues requires paying close attention and being empathetic enough to notice when they seem uncomfortable or hesitant. For example, if someone withdraws from a particular topic, that might be a sign they're not ready to discuss it. Respecting these boundaries means not pushing them to explain or talk about something they're not ready to. By giving them that space, you create a sense of safety and trust, showing that you care more about their comfort and well-being than satisfying your own curiosity. Another key part of respecting boundaries is giving people the time they need without pressuring them to meet certain expectations. Everyone moves at their own pace when it comes to opening up or sharing personal experiences. Some people may be naturally open, while others may need more time to build trust. By being patient and allowing them to come to you when they're ready, you respect their journey and the time they need to feel comfortable. For instance, if someone isn't ready to share a significant part of their life, simply letting them know you're there whenever they're comfortable speaks volumes. They will feel reassured that you're supportive, patient, and not rushing them into vulnerability. This kind of respect fosters a secure connection, as they know you won't push them beyond their emotional comfort zone. Supporting someone's individuality also involves encouraging them to pursue their own interests and passions, even if those interests don't always align with your own. Sometimes people feel pressured to change their hobbies, preferences, or even goals to fit the expectations of others. By respecting what they love, even if it's something you don't fully understand or relate to, you show that you value them as an individual. This kind of respect is essential in any relationship, as it allows people to feel free to be themselves without judgment. For example, if someone is passionate about a hobby that you're unfamiliar with, such as a unique style of art or a niche sport, showing interest and encouragement rather than questioning their choices builds a bridge of mutual respect. Boundaries also exist around time, space, and personal routines. Respecting these aspects of someone's life demonstrates that you honor their need for autonomy. For instance, if someone values their alone time or has specific routines that help them recharge, allowing them that time without interference is essential. In today's world, where constant connectivity can sometimes blur these boundaries, being someone who respects their time shows maturity and understanding. If they need an evening to themselves or prefer not to discuss work-related topics after hours, respecting these boundaries communicates that you're considerate of their personal needs. This respect creates a balance and lets them know they can rely on you to understand without needing to explain themselves repeatedly. Respecting someone's emotional boundaries is also essential. Each person has unique ways of coping with emotions, and some people may prefer privacy in certain situations. When you show understanding and respect for the way they process emotions, you help create a safe environment for them to be authentic. For instance, if someone tends to withdraw when they're upset, respecting that space and not pressing them to talk immediately can be comforting. Letting them know that you're there when they're ready, without prying, shows them that you respect their emotional boundaries and trust them to share in their own time. When someone knows they don't have to be emotionally available at every moment, it takes the pressure off and strengthens their trust in you. Part of respecting someone's boundaries and individuality means avoiding assumptions about what's best for them. It can be tempting to give advice or try to fix things for someone, but unsolicited advice can often come across as dismissive or controlling. Instead, let them guide you on how they want to approach challenges or decisions. Being there to listen without trying to dictate a solution shows that you trust their judgment and respect their ability to make choices for themselves. If they do ask for input, then you can offer it thoughtfully, but leading with respect for their autonomy reinforces a healthy, supportive dynamic. This approach lets them know you respect their ability to make decisions and, in turn, feel valued as a capable individual.